Hello, my friend. Have you been noticing the number 333 popping up in your life? Maybe on a clock at just the right moment, on a receipt after a meaningful purchase, or even glowing back at you from a license plate when your thoughts are drifting. And have you ever wondered, what is the universe trying to say with this number? In our time together, we're going to dive deeply into the mystery of 333. By the end, you'll walk away with a sense of the history and symbolism of the number 3, why it has always carried such spiritual weight, an understanding of what 333 means spiritually and psychologically, and why it seems to appear in your life at the most uncanny moments. Practical ways to work with 333 consciously through journaling, rituals, and small daily actions. And most importantly, an invitation to discover what 333 might mean for you right now in this season of your life. So settle in, pour a cup of tea, light a candle, or just take a comfortable seat. And if at any point something I share resonates with you, let me know in the comments. What's your experience with 333? I love hearing your stories, because your reflections may be exactly what someone else needs to hear. Now, let's begin. To understand 333, we need to start with its roots, the number 3 itself. Across history, 3 has always carried a sense of completeness. The Greek philosopher Pythagoras called 3 the first whole number. It creates a beginning, a middle, and an end. It forms a triangle, the simplest and most stable shape. In the Christian tradition, 3 is the Trinity: Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. In Hinduism, we see the Trimurti: Brahma the creator, Vishnu the preserver, Shiva the destroyer. In Buddhism, the 3 jewels: the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. Even time itself comes in 3s: past, present, future. When you repeat 3, when you see 333, it's like turning up the volume on that sacred chord. It becomes a triple amplification of creativity, support, and divine alignment. Here's a question for you. Which sacred triad speaks to you most strongly? Christian Trinity, Hindu Trimurti, or maybe mind, body, and spirit? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear. Spiritually, 333 is often called a message of encouragement and support. Many people believe it's a way for angels, guides, or your higher self to say, "You are not alone. Keep going." It carries 3 main whispers: support and protection. You are held, even when you don't feel it. Help is nearer than you think. Creativity and growth. It's a nudge to express yourself through art, writing, conversation, or simply creating a life that feels aligned. Alignment and encouragement. 333 asks, are your thoughts, intentions, and actions moving together in the same direction? When you see it, imagine the universe leaning in, smiling softly and saying, yes, you're on the right path. Keep weaving your light into the world. Quick check-in. Have you ever seen 333 during a season of change? Like starting a new job, moving, or beginning a relationship? If so, share it below. I think you'll find others have had similar experiences. So why now? Why does 333 appear when it does? There are a few ways to look at it. First, there's timing and readiness. You'll often notice 333 when you're about to make a decision or when you're stepping into growth. Second, there's heightened awareness. Once your heart or mind begins opening to a new phase, creativity, healing, expansion, you start noticing the signs that mirror that. Third, we have synchronicity. Jung would say these aren't random coincidences, but meaningful alignments, your inner world and outer world meeting in the middle. And finally, the psychological side. Your brain loves patterns. When something feels significant, like 333, your reticular activating system, your mind's filter, makes sure you don't miss it. Science and soul walking hand in hand. Here's something to reflect on. What were you thinking or feeling the last time you saw 333? Was it encouragement, reassurance, or a reminder to trust yourself? Drop a note in the comments. I'd love to read your reflections. Let's get practical. What do you actually do when 333 shows up? Think of it as a gentle check-in. Creative expression. Is there an idea, project, or part of yourself that's been waiting to come forward? 333 says, it's time. Alignment check. Are your daily actions in line with your deeper values? Or is there a gap waiting to be closed? Support and guidance. Don't do it alone. Reach for mentors, friends, or guides who can walk with you. Try this simple affirmation next time. I am supported, aligned, and ready to express my highest self. Or, if you're a journaler, write down when and where you saw 333, what you were feeling in that moment. One small action you can take today to embody growth or alignment. Over time, your journal becomes a map, a record of the universe's quiet encouragement. There are so many gentle ways to work with 333. First, pause and breathe. When you see it, take 3 slow breaths. It's amazing how even 30 seconds can reset your energy. Try microjournaling. Keep a little notebook, or even use the Notes app on your phone. Each sighting becomes a breadcrumb. Take some small action steps. If you're in a creative season, let 333 be the nudge to actually pick up the paintbrush, or open that document, or send the email. Try the observation experiment. Try tracking every 333 you notice for a week. At the end, look back. Do you see a pattern? Maybe it shows up most when you're doubting yourself, or when you're about to take a leap. These practices transform 333 from a fleeting curiosity into a meaningful companion on your journey. Now here's a gentle reminder. 333 isn't a command, it's an invitation. It asks for reflection and action, but it never replaces your wisdom, your choices, your free will. Some appearances may be confirmation bias, and that's okay. What matters is how you use the moment. If seeing 333 helps you pause, align, or feel supported, then the number has already done its work. So let 333 be a friend, not a dictator. Guidance, not gospel. So, what is 333? It is support. It is encouragement. It is alignment whispered in threes. The next time you see it, pause, breathe. Ask yourself, what wants to grow in me right now? Where am I being reminded that I am not alone? If this deep dive brought you clarity or comfort, I'd love for you to like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And tell me in the comments, what number should we explore next? And if you ever feel called to support this work, there's a gentle option to donate through the link in the description. It's never required, always deeply appreciated. Your support helps me keep creating these calming, thoughtful journeys for you. Thank you for being here, for bringing your presence and your curiosity. Until next time, may you walk forward supported, aligned, and filled with the quiet creativity of 333.